At the end of my free project tutorials, you always hear me talk about weave in the ends, but I've never actually taken the time to show how to do it. Now there's multiple ways of how to weave in your ends on a knit project. In this specific video, we're going to talk about how to weave in the ends on the purl side of your panel or tube that you make on your circular knitting machine or on a bed knitting machine, or if you're a hand knitter, this is the purl side or the wrong side of a stockinette stitch project. So a lot of times when you are looking at tutorials, and even my own tutorials that I make, we put in a little knot to secure the ends if either we're having to cut out a factory knot and add more yarn, add a second yarn skein, or even changing colors. Now this works pretty well if you are going to have it like for a hat. It's going to be inside your tube. You're not going to see it. But in this project, this is a panel that I made for a blanket. So don't just want to do a knot because you're going to see it. And also knots have the potential of coming undone. If you watch a lot of hand knitters, they're going to say weaving in the ends is the most secure way to secure down your yarn. And this is either if you have added a second yarn skein, you had to cut out a factory knot. In this case, I changed colors. So whether you are a weave in your ends only, whether you want to knot and weave in, or maybe you just only knot at the moment, this is a really good technique to have in your toolbox. So what we need to look for and where we want to insert our needle. We want to insert it into the middle of the purl stitch here. And you can trace it. If you pull it apart, it's easier to see a little bit. I'm pulling it here, and I say it kind of looks like the hair of a girl. See how it goes up, down, and around like this? This is the part that we are looking for, and it's in the middle of that where we're going to insert our hook. So why I say it looks like the hair of a girl. When I do a stick figure drawing, here's my little girl. Here's how I like to do her hair, and I feel like that's what that knit stitch looks like. That's the part we're looking for. This little weave like that. So here it is in a different color. Here's where her hair is, and we're going to insert the needle right in the middle and go over to the side, follow the hair around, go down to the other and back through the middle. So I'm going to show you this. So we want to get down to that row. So I'm going to put my yarn down through this side edge of my panel to get the yarn over, and we are working from left to right. I'll also show you how to do this from right to left. So once we're here, we're at our row. We want to look for the girl's hair, that stitch. And if you can see it here, I'm going to zoom in for you to make it a little bit easier. It's right, and like I said, it's easier if you kind of pull it apart with your hand. Then you can kind of see the stitches a little bit easier. It's right here. There's our very first one. So right here, there's that middle loop holding down the girl's hair, you could say. We want to insert our needle into there. Then we want to go over to the left to the next loop that's connected to the girl's hair, right? So we go through the middle to the left, pull up our needle, trace around the girl's head to the next loop that's connected to the girl's hair. We're going to go down and then back through the center. And so that's making this purl stitch, how we're weaving in the end. Now we're going to go to the next girl. We're going to go through the middle, to the left, pull it through, circle around to the next loop, and then back down through the middle to make our purl stitch. Now go to the next girl. We're going to go through the middle, to the left, pull it through, circle around the girl's head to the next loop, insert your needle down into there, and then back down through the center to make our knit stitch. And this is how we're going to weave in the ends. Here's my next one. Circle around to the loop, insert our needle, and then back out through the middle. Now I'm going to show you this here on this row. It might be a little bit easier to follow because it's where I changed colors, and I feel like this might be slightly easier to see with the magenta and then this multicolor that I did. So again, we see our girl's hair here. We see kind of that loop. We're going to go through the middle to the left. Follow the girl's hair around to the next loop. Insert in there. And then back down through the center, the same center that we did to start. Now we're going to go over to like the next girl's hair, you could say. We're going to, here's her hair. We're going to go through the middle to the loop on the left, pull it through, follow her hair around to the next loop, insert it, and then go through the same middle as where we started. And that is mimicking the purl stitch. And what this does is you can't even see it on the other side as well. So now I want to talk about a few other things you want to do to help secure your weaved in ends. One is after you do 6 or 7 or so stitches, you want to go back in the other direction. That's going to help to secure it. You can also split the fibers or split the ply when you're going through the loops instead of going underneath them. Every so often you can go through it, which is splitting the fibers, and I'll show that at the very end how to do that to secure it as well. And this is going to lock that yarn into place even after washing and wearing it. So I'll show how you split the fiber next and also change direction. And here's a really good example because everything's kind of a different color of all the loops. So we have the girl's hair. She's in the light pink. We go through the middle, which is white, over to the left to the darker pink. And my tail's getting kind of short, so it's coming out. We're going to follow the girl's hair around to the next dark pink and then back down through the middle of the white. And now here I'm going to split the ply. That's what splitting the ply is to finish it off. And then you can cut off any extra tails of your yarn. And we're going to cut that off like this. And then we kind of pull it. So now I'm going to show you what it looks like on the other side. So I weaved in my ends. On the purl side, here's our knit side. We can't even tell where we did it. So now let's say we want to weave in our ends, but we want to go from right to left. So I'm going to just take this last tail end of black yarn that I have, and I'm going to feed it through into the middle of the magenta here that we have and show you how to do it working the opposite way. And then I'm going to show you how you can't even see this on the other side. So I'm just going to pull this yarn just down in here and then show you what to do working it the other way to weave in our ends. Okay, so I just kind of put it in a random spot so then we can weave in our ends in the magenta. So again, you're going to do the same thing. You want to find the girl's hair. So kind of pull it apart so it's easy to see. And we want to work from right to left. So we're going to go through the middle loop here. We want to go to the left. So we go through the middle, and now we want to get the loop to the right because we want to go to the left. So we're in the middle, then the loop to the right, pull it through, go around the girl's hair to the left to the next loop, insert your loop, insert your needle into the loop, and then go down through the same middle. And there's our first knit stitch. Now we're going to go to the left to the next girl's hair that we have. We insert our needle. Here's our girl's hair. We insert our needle into the middle of the girl's hair. Go to the loop to the right. Pull it up. Follow the arch of the hair around to the next loop. Insert your needle into that loop. And then back down through the center of the same starting loop. And we can continue doing that. And I think this is really nice to see because you see the black yarn making that purl stitch in our magenta yarn here. And so it's the same pattern we follow, we're just doing it opposite, depending on which way you want to weave in your ends. And because this can happen just on where you end, what side your stripes on maybe, where you change color. It could also happen in the middle of the project, like kind of how I made it here, because say your yarn skein ran out, so in the middle of a row you had to add more yarn. And then you also want to make sure your tension is the same tension as your stitches as well, so you're not going to see it. So after doing a few, I'm going to put this out and flip it over so you can see if you do it correctly. You're not going to see the stitches on the other side. You just kind of see where I pulled through the tail end of the yarn there, but you cannot see the stitches on the other side, even though this is black on magenta. Now, say you kind of messed up, it's not looking right, you can always undo this by unweaving what the purl stitches you made. And you can kind of just pick it out here. I'm doing that with my needle because obviously I don't want to keep this one here. This was just for showing you what to do, but you can always, if you see any stitches on your knit side when you did it, you can always just undo it and then re-weave in your ends. So I hope this helps on weaving in ends on the purl side of your stockinette knit project, and you're able to incorporate this now into your projects. Happy crafting, everyone. Hit that like and follow button for more free tutorials.